Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, it is a compilation of different tips from different Fornite masters, and I'm sure it is going to help you to get more scores and tell you why most of us have not been doing well in Fornite. In this video also, it's gonna give us good tips on how to become a good Fortnite player. Wow, because these things have really helped me. Even I've passed the end game, I've watched different videos, and this video is the best because it has helped me to understand PUBG in a different view. Please remember to subscribe after watching this video because I'm sure you're going to like it, and then subscribe for more of my videos. Thanks.
Welcome back to another Pro Guys video. Today, we're going to be discussing 5 tips pros don't want you to know about Fortnite. Yeah, we're going to get real today. Playing Fortnite competitively or even in generally at a high level is extremely difficult. We all know that. So many factors come into playing, including your motivation. Yeah, that's right. Your mindset, ability to learn from your mistakes, and so much more. That's why in this video, we're gonna be going over 5 things that you can do to advance your game and play like the pros do. Come on now. If you're excited about that, make some noise. If you're watching this video, you're trying to get better at Fortnite, right? If that's the case, head on down to ProGuys.com, not now, but like after the video, where we offer weekly up-to-date courses from pros like Mongrel, Benji, and Kaz, along with meta articles and videos to keep you guys updated on what's happening in the Fortnite scene. On top of all of that, we also offer 24/7 on-demand coaching from some of the best players in the game. So if you're looking to get better at Fortnite, you gotta check out ProGuys.com. Finally, one last thing before we get into this video, which I'm so pumped about. Let's do the question of the day. Today's question is, who is your favorite pro player and what do you like about them? Personally, I like watching Kanata, especially during Cash Cups. This guy is just so consistent and there's just a lot to learn from him. What's going on, guys? It is your motivation guy. That's right, your friend, the one and only Keith Allen. I'm back to inspire you to not only be great in this game, but also in life. I believe in you. Hey, pick up your head because you can do this. Whatever difficult task or challenge that is coming up ahead, just understand that when you get through it, you're gonna be a better person. That's how we grow. We grow through opposition. We grow through challenges, guys. So keep it up. If you're going through anything, know that you're growing. You're getting better. Connect with me on my new Insta at Your Motivation Guy. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and get my favorite candy. It's that bunch of crunch. Let's get this going. Fighting against or even playing with better players, man, it is one of the fastest and simplest ways to improve in Fortnite. Let's be real. Can I be real? If you're pretty good at the game and you just decide to just stump on your friends in creative or pub stump all day long, you're not going to be improving very much, if improving at all. Playing against players better than you, now that's going to change the whole game, man. Whether it's in creative or in-game, that's going to benefit you guys a ton. Let's discuss how to actually find good players to play against. We recommend hopping into the T1 Scrims Discord if you're on an NA East or your respective Scrim servers if you don't play East. From there, simply post in any looking for group chat that you're looking for someone to 1v1 box fight or build fight. We recommend doing whichever one you're worst at so you can improve more in less time. The biggest benefit of playing against better players is that they're going to perform at a higher level and do different techniques and strategies that an average player wouldn't. You can even ask them questions if you want, like how they even do the moves. Playing against players that are better than you guys is one of the easiest and most effective ways to improve as a player, and we highly recommend doing it, as opposed to just messing around and just fighting against players that you can easily beat. Like, what is that going to do for you? Nothing. The second trick pros use to play at a high level is they never lose motivation. Yep, I just said it, my favorite word. No, that's not my favorite word, that's my second favorite word. But it is motivation. You're probably wondering, all right, how does your motivation make you a better player? Well, I'm here to tell you because I'm your motivation guy. That's what I'm here to do. Let's look at the big picture. Sure, in 1 or 2 days, lack of motivation is not gonna hurt you. But in the long term, man, lack of motivation is gonna result in you practicing less. You're gonna focus less, and you're gonna have less drive to improve and reach your maximum potential. Come on now, you know I'm right. Your motivation is like one of the most overlooked factors for just that reason. Let me ask you this question. Would Booga have won the World Cup if he gave up, lost his focus, blew off practice and all of that? Of course not. In fact, he probably would have been at the bottom of the leaderboard. You probably would have never heard of him. This all leads to one thing, guys. Never give up. I'm gonna say that again. Never, ever give up. No matter how hard it may get, if you feel like you're not improving, like it's not worth it, just don't give up. Please, don't give up. You can do this, all right? Pro players spent months. Man, some of them have spent even years practicing and grinding to get that chance to go pro. It takes time, but if you can believe in yourself, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna pay off. Never lose your motivation. Never forget what you're working towards, okay? You know, another thing that ties in a bit in motivation is tilt. Tilt is anytime you get super angry at something in-game, whether it's purely bad luck, getting mad at yourself, or anything along those lines, all right? And just letting it impact you in your next few games. Tilt is something that you definitely want to avoid, and it is definitely avoided simply by remembering what you're working towards and just keeping up that motivation, all right? Alongside this, talking to other people with a positive mindset is super important, as having constant negative surroundings is going to reflect heavily on how you feel and how you think. Okay, so Kenneth explains tilt extremely well on this clip from this World Cup video on the 100 Thieves channel, so let's take a look.
The meta for the World Cup, I'd say, is just not tilting, because that is the downfall for everyone. Like, when you get tilted, that's when it ends.
Warming up correctly and effectively, oh my goodness, it's one of the most overlooked aspects of competitive play. If you're hopping on in 10 minutes before a tournament and just like quickly run through an edit course or free build a tiny bit, it's likely that you're gonna be performing way below how you could be performing. Warming up, guys, is way more important than you actually believe. A high quality, longer warm-up will absolutely pay dividends, especially in competitive play. If you're not warmed up, you're not gonna be in the correct mindset when you're playing. You're not gonna be able to build or edit as well, and your aim is gonna be off, man. I guarantee you that. Everything is gonna be completely out of whack. So we recommend finding that sweet spot, you know what I mean, of having a good warm-up and being ready to play, but also not being completely bored or burnt out because you've been playing too long. The most optimal time to warm up, guys, is about 45 minutes to an hour. This warm-up should consist of some building drills, editing drills, and some aim maps, whether they're in Fornite Creative or Kovacs Aim Trainer. You can also play a pub match or two, dropping hot and playing for kills. So we also recommend a warm-up routine to help you guys better prepare for your competitive games. Let's discuss that real quick, all right? Your aim is the first thing you should warm up as soon as you hop on. We recommend 10 to 15 minutes of click timing and target switching drills on Kovacs for mouse and keyboard players, or just any creative aim map for people who play on a different platform or can't afford it. If you're on Kovacs, all right, we recommend these 4 scenarios: pat target switch, tile frenzy 180, vertical switching, and 6-tile jumbo frenzy. Second, spend a few minutes free building and including some editing as well, all right? This is gonna give you guys builds and edits up to speed, and it shouldn't take more than a few minutes. Focus on practicing, some new, difficult techniques that you can just improve during your warm-up. Once your builds and edits are on point, we're gonna move on to the next step, 1v1s. Okay, so the final part of your warm-up should be 1v1s. You can find someone to 1v1 in any Scrim Discord like Atlantis or T1, or just find a friend. We recommend a fair mix of build battles and box fights, about 10 to 15 minutes of each, depending on how much time you have, all right? This is gonna warm up all your mechanics, and it's gonna give you some good practice as well. This warm-up routine shouldn't take you more than 45 minutes to an hour, and it's gonna put you guys well on track to some good games. This might actually be the most important part of improving at Fortnite. Accepting, guys, and learning from your mistakes is a trait almost every top pro has, and it is the main reason they're so good. There's no secret formula to being amazing at Fortnite. It's simply playing against good players and learning from every mistake you make. Think about this, man. If you learn from and correct every mistake you make over and over again, like, what's gonna happen? Eventually, you're gonna make so many few mistakes as possible that you're gonna be so amazing at the game. So this comes in 2 steps: accepting that you lost, and then learning from your mistake. First, here's what I want to do. I want to talk about accepting your mistake. Instead of just thinking of a death as a loss, think of it as a win. Every time you lose, think of it as a win, because you're going to be able to look back on it and learn. That's what really matters in the long run, and I need to emphasize this, okay? Never blame RNG. If you're in shambles going in late game, all right, instead of getting mad and blaming your bad loot, figure out, why is this happening? You're not going to be consistently losing the bad RNG or bad luck unless you're doing something wrong. Sure, once in a while, you're going to get sniped from 200 meters away. And that player's going to get lucky, whoever that guy is. And it sucks, I know. But some things can be done about that. You know what I mean? Like paying closer attention to your surroundings and jumping and strafing to avoid snipes. However, there are some things that you simply can't avoid. Like if you get pushed in Storm or get horrible loot from a building and just pushed in early game. At that point, simply understand that it didn't go your way, but understand that the next game, it's gonna get better. If it happens consistently, however, then something is definitely going wrong. Now that we've gone over how to accept your mistakes, we need to learn from them. It's easy to say, darn, I lost, but it's another fight to actually learn from the mistake. Yes, I just said that word again, darn. Actually, my favorite word. We recommend either recording all your games and rewatching them later, analyzing every choice that you make, and seeing if you could have done better, or doing the same thing through replay mode. Both tools are really great, and we recommend using both methods to experience the benefits of both. Okay, so look at every single thing you do, right? Could you have done this edit better? Did you land at a bad part of your POI? Did you rotate too late? Did you let a fight take too long? Analyze every little thing about the game, all right? And focus on correcting your mistakes. All right, so let's check out a clip from Booga, the World Cup champion himself, where he talks about VOD reviewing and learning from your mistakes.
I started VOD reviewing like all the way before World Cup. I VOD reviewed like every day. I watched so many other players and solos, watched so many things about people, understood the game so much more, when creative, when pubs and shit, like figured out how zones play, like analyzed my rotates, look at like every situation I put myself in, and I just try to learn from it. Like before that, I was kind of just playing the game half-ass and just like playing, and just something stupid happens, I'm just like, all right, whatever. But like I started analyzing every single mistake that happened, started fixing every one of them, and then I did insane in World Cup.
So you've done everything on this list. You have high motivation now because you're listening to your motivation guy, you know what I mean? You know all the newest tricks to outplay other good players. You have a great warm-up, and you avoid tilt and learn from every single mistake, right? But you're still not improving. What's going on? The only remaining solution is equipment. The last thing that can truly hold you back is poor hardware. If you're playing on a TV screen at 60 FPS on console, it's the simple truth, guys, that your skill ceiling is much lower than someone on 240 Hz with great peripherals. We're not saying, all right, just go and buy a super fancy setup with 240 Hz, because that's not always realistic. I get it. Trust me. If you can and you're dedicated enough, then go ahead, but there are easier, more budget-friendly ways to go about it as well. And I know many of you guys are not even old enough to work yet. First off, better equipment is expensive, and you have to be ready to spend if you're taking this route. We recommend looking around for low-priced PCs somewhere like Amazon, where you could find some PCs around $500 to $600 that can get consistent frame rates and good quality. As for peripherals, okay, we've covered them in a few other videos. Check out any of these videos out to learn more about some good priced peripherals. So let's do a quick recap of everything we talked about in this video. You guys ready? Here we go. First, learning advanced techniques to outplay good players is absolutely crucial, as simply outplaying them by building or editing faster is super difficult to do. Second, keeping your motivation. Everybody say motivation. Yes. To practice and improve is one of the most overlooked aspects of Fortnite. It can be mentally draining, but you need to remember, guys, what you're working for. Motivation. Having a proper warm-up routine is something that you need to keep this in mind, as going into a tournament or a high-level game without being warmed up is a recipe for disaster. Fourth, accepting your mistakes and learning from them is the #1 factor that separates good players from the pros. Analyzing your gameplay and find every mistake that you make, and figure out how to avoid the same mistake in the future. Finally, if you're still struggling after all of this, it's a good idea to upgrade some of your equipment, as having better equipment is going to increase your skill ceiling and likely make you better. All right, guys, once again, this is your motivation guy, the one and only Keith Allen. Just want to let you know that I believe in you. I am your #1 fan. I'm rooting for you, cheering for you to be great, not only in this game, but also in life. Come on now, we're doing life together. Make sure to connect with me on my new Insta at Your Motivation Guy. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. We really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to use code PROGUYS in the Fortnite item shop, where you can make any sort of purchases, as it just really helps us out, and we really, really do appreciate it, okay? Comment down below what you guys thought about this video and what you'd like to see next on the channel, because we really aim to bring you guys the best daily Fortnite content. So do us a favor by liking this video, subscribe to the channel, and show ProGuys.com some love for bringing you this video. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you next time. Are you currently not on the level that you want to be with your aim right now? You know, struggling to hit those important shots that will guarantee you a better chance at winning. But of course, tell me where you at, your motivation guy. That's right, I am back bringing you guys a new video that's going to show you exactly how to get insane aim like your favorite pros like Benji, Fishy, and Clicks and Mongrel. This video is about to go in depth on how you can train your aim, man, and your keyboard and mouse to hit those vital close range shotgun shots against other players, and to help you guys train your medium to long range assault rifle shots. Are you guys ready for this? I'm pumped up. Let's get this going. Alright guys, so the first concept that you need to train to get better aim in Fortnite is click timing. The concept is pretty self-explanatory. So click timing is about timing your mouse clicks to hit when, your crosshair has been moved into the enemy's hitbox. This concept is the core of mouse aiming, right? And should never be overlooked because it's obvious that you need to get better at click timing if you want better aim. Okay, so one easy way to train your click timing if you're an absolute beginner is to go into a match on Fortnite, place a wall and edit 6 tiles of the wall so that it's only a tall strip of wood, metal, or brick. Next, stand a good few steps away from it with a shotgun and move your camera from left to right for the same speed the whole way across the screen. And when your crosshair is over the wall, shoot your shotgun. Okay, so the most important part is really moving the mouse at a consistent speed. Starting slow as you get better, increasing the speed like this. So you can see if you hit the wall or not, judging by the health of the wall itself. And you should do this a minimum of 20 times at different speeds. Doing this will train up the core principle of timing your mouse click instead of just actually moving the mouse to the target itself. Aim tracking. So if you're not a beginner, a more intermediate advanced way to train your aim is by using Kovacs 2.0. I always say this all the time on my Instagram at Your Motivation Guy. So using Kovacs 2.0 on Steam, all right? Yes, it costs a little bit of money, but if you're serious about improving your aim, you should see this as an investment in yourself, rather than a cost. And so if you didn't know already, Kovacs 2.0 is an in-depth aim training video game whose sole purpose really is just to practice your aim. And almost every professional Fortnite player used or still uses Kovacs to really freshen up their aims. Playing some of the most user-created levels on Kovacs, specifically the ones designed for Fortnite, for about 10 to 30 minutes per day, all right? Well, it's definitely going to just drastically improve your in-game click timing and your crosshair tracking without a shadow of a doubt. All right, so if you guys are looking to take your skills to the next level, and I mean like top-tier competitors, do you want your friends to shiver at the thought of you going against them? All right, well, that's all possible, but you got to visit ProGuides.com to sign up with our 20% discount code RANKUP2021 and receive insane one-on-one coaching that's going to make you a Fortnite beast. All right, visit ProGuides.com and get started today. All right, so take a look at this clip from Mongrel as an example of click timing. As Mongrel seamlessly piece controls around his opponent, the enemy player jumps up to try and build a ramp, but unfortunately gets stuck in between a wall and Mongrel himself. In situations like this, guys, like when you played for as long as Mongrel has, you can use little details in fights such as the enemy jumping to, perfectly time your clicks as the enemy falls back towards the ground. Since he's learned over time how exactly jumping works and how long the player will be in the air, he can predict where the opponent is going to be by the time he pulls his shotgun out and really shoot him for a lot of damage. All right, so another thing that you're going to need to practice to get better aim in Fortnite is your assault rifle tracking skills. The ability to beam players who are just gliding through the air is just as important as it was back in chapter 1, right? So please do not go through your aiming warm-up session without training this one. Again, there are many scenarios you can play on Kovacs 2.0 to really work on your tracking skills. However, for this tip, guys, all right, we think that, some of the Fortnite creative maps that have been made are actually better for training your AR aim. All right, so Raider 464's Aim Duel Map V2 is probably like the only aim training map that you're ever going to need when it comes to AR tracking, as you're going to practice on a real in-game player who is just gliding through the air, trying to dodge your bullets just like they would be in a real match. So not only that, man, but this map also features a ton of shotgun and SMG training areas with 5,000 plus HP, where, again, you can practice against a real player who is trying to just weave through all your shots, giving you the most realistic aim practice there can be. So this creative map has worked wonders for people looking to improve their AR tracking aim, so definitely give it a try if you haven't already. All right, guys, so another simple and underrated technique to get better aim is to aim down sights with your pump shotgun instead of just hip firing when, those super close range scenarios. So the more concentrated shotgun pellets are going to be closer together, and they're going to be able to just deal a lot more damage. So the difference in damage when aiming down sights compared to like hip firing with a pump or a spaz shotty is like 100% worth learning and really ingraining into your muscle memory. And as long as you are accurate, you're going to be able to finish off your fights just way more effectively. All right, so flicking or flick shots is another shotgun concept that's going to take you a long long way in those high pressure, close range scenarios. So while flick shotting an enemy for 200 plus damage is flashy and definitely something to be proud of, the unfortunate thing is that, practicing your flicks is just pretty hard to do since they are so unreliable and mainly rely on reflexes and just pure muscle reactions more than anything. Flick shots are something that you have to just slowly work on over time throughout your aiming career, so don't get too worked up, guys, especially on this aspect of aiming, and just mainly try to focus on click timing and trigger discipline more really than anything else. However, I will say this, if you guys do want a way to practice your flick shots, you can use literally any aim trainer or creative map and just quickly flick your mouse from one target to another and just time it just right. It's a lot harder than a natural click timing because you're moving the mouse so fast and you can't really register all at once unless you have really good reaction time and just eye-hand coordination, which obviously not everyone has. So aside from practicing your aim, there are a few things that you might want to invest in that can really help your aiming skills go to the next level. So here's a short list of what some pros use to help with their mouse aim. Number 1, all right, obviously a good mouse. And so if you have a cheap mouse that isn't really properly registering your movement, you're definitely going to want to make a switch. Number 2, mouse bungee. Okay, so if you find that your wires are getting in the way of your mouse movements, a mouse bungee can really solve that problem. These are going to stand on your desk and hold the mouse wire to give it a constant bit of slack or leverage to allow the wire to move freely. Okay, number 3, larger mouse pad. So if you're on a slower sensitivity, a larger mouse pad can assist you if you ever need extra space. But your Kurosami, it's time for the recap. All right, so start practicing your mouse flicks, guys, to really ensure a more precise and consistent aim within all your aims, okay? Start using enemy movements, like jumps to really predict where they're about to move and just time your shots using that. Use Kovacs, I'm telling you, 2.0 on Steam to really work on your click timing more and just train your aim. You can also use Kovacs to really warm up before arena or competitions as well. Use creative maps such as Raiders 464's Aim Dual Map V2 to improve your medium to long range tracking aim with an AR. This is going to help you be able to beam enemies out of the sky when trying to rotate off of a launch pad. Alright, so start aiming down sights more. I'm definitely telling you, man, it's a short tip, but super important if you want to just start dealing much more damage. Alright, start worrying less about your flick shots and train your click timing skills more, since flick shots are more about reaction times and reflexes more than anything. And finally, consider investing in some gear like a mouse bungee to really help you and really assist you with your aim training, or just help, just win you more fights in Fortnite in general. But your course, that's going to be it for today's video. I'm sure that you're going to go to a whole nother level if you guys apply these tips. Hey, if you guys liked the video, you already know what to do. Subscribe to the channel, spread the word. We got so much amazing content coming out, and connect with me on my Instagram at Your Motivation Guy. I'm proud of you guys, man. I really am. We are family. Keep going, never quit, never surrender. Don't give in to those negative words or those negative labels that people try to put on you. You just keep believing in your dream. Keep believing on what's in your heart, and you're going to make it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.